GDavis TV, owned and operated by GDavis Productions and Films.
When you go to get your goal, you are sending a telegram to Murphy's Law to visit you personally.
You thought you was just gonna have a dream and a goal, and you was just gonna wake up and just walk into the sunset. You're like, dream, boom. It don't work like that. You have a dream, and then life humps you. Life humps you and say, do you really want this?
It's not what any of us want to see, and everybody's around him, and let's hope that he's going to be okay.
Man, so look, this the locker room right here, man, where it goes down.
Man, this is dope,
smooth,
man.
Though. We ain't had this when I was here, man, but you know, over the years of hard work, man, this is what we help, you know, bring to the program.
This is the house that you helped build.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man, this is dope.
Sir. They got a lot of space in here too, man. That's the best part about it. But the last one we had, we was all cramped up.
Man, this is like a luxury suite.
Oh, these are all the guys I played with, man. Jesse, Justin, Haran, Lou,
Wow.
Phil, John, Justin, Nate, Greg, Boogie, Esain, Scotty, Jasir, Zach. You know what I'm saying? All those boys I played with, man.
Hey, you know
and
what
boys
when I
balling
hear
out right now in the league.
What I hear from that is you play with these guys, so that means you were on that trajectory. You'd have been there.
Oh, hands down. Hands down, but I feel like God had other plans for me, man, so I can't say that. But no doubt, man, them boys know, man. They know how I was.
And you know what? Thinking about your injury, man, made me think about my own injury when I tore my ACL. Playing at HBCU, Fayetteville State University. No facilities anywhere like this, nowhere near. And the rehab wasn't even a question. So, man, just being a part of your journey now is amazing.
It's a great facility, man. Like I said, one of the top locker rooms in the country right now. You know, the guys do a good job keeping it up as much as they can, man. You know how we is, we be lazy, man. I also wanted to show you the trophy case. Okay. And the trophy case over here is where they got like all our uniforms, all our cleats and different gloves that we can wear throughout the games or the season. They also got one of my favorite helmets, the all gold helmet. Yeah, I remember, I say that for an example, man.
Oh.
Twins Williams, man.
Oh,
Twins Williams,
man.
I remember one game, he made his paint came off one of the gold helmet, he hit a dude so hard. And they still got the film and the picture up in I think in one part of this facility, man. But yeah, so this our whole little rundown right here, man. This is where the swag happens at. It start right here. Put that gear on his own.
Just like that. And let's go to the field. I want to have a conversation with you out on the field. Man, my name is Tracey Suggs. I'm here today with former standout wide receiver of the Wake Forest Demon Deacons, Cortez Lewis. How you doing today, brother?
Man, I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed, man. Pleasure to be here with you, man.
Hey, man, I'm glad to be here with you as well, man. Yeah.
Yes, sir. I like that.
We are sitting here with you today to learn more about your journey, man, and how you just been such an inspiration. And speaking of that, we just did that handshake right there at the beginning.
No doubt,
And can you tell us how you earned the title King of Handshakes and what inspired you to develop such a unique way of greeting your teammates and others? Because it's all over YouTube, man. You got so much publicity from that. It brought so much attention to the team and the university, but not only that, but to your story, man, and what a great individual you have become and what you are as far as your journey.
No doubt.
And
no doubt.
I truly believe that each of us have a story to tell, and that's why we're here today. We're talking about your story.
Yeah.
And that story is one that could potentially have a great impact on the lives of the people around you, the people in our communities. And today we hope to find out a little more about this kid, this young man from Demopolis, Alabama, man, and where you are. Looking back at your football career, because we're talking about football and we're in this beautiful facility, looking back at your football career, is there a particular game or moment that stands out as you're having a significant impact on just where you are now in your journey?
I would say two, honestly, man. One of them would be, like you said, the handshake king, man. Once I ended up, you know, having one with every player on the team, and this video ended up going viral on Good Morning America, Oprah, ESPN, the Sports Center, you know, every incoming student that came to Wake Forest wanted to meet me and me create them a handshake. Yeah.
And what was the brewing company, the beer company that you were working with on that project?
Shoe Tree Brewery. They're actually out of Carson City, Nevada.
Okay.
But they reached out to me on Cameo and asked me to make them a handshake for their brewery.
Right.
And they was like, man, we love your energy, man. You know, we would like for you to come out with your own beverage. And I thought they was, you know, playing around, but they was dead serious. And now I got my own beverage. So I kind of got a lot of love for the handshake. And I think the second thing that kind of impacted my journey as well was when I first made my first catch and ended up on SportsCenter top 10.
What a catch, an open field move. Cortez Lewis off to the races, to the 10, touchdown.
For me to have my moment, I think that was pretty cool too, man. A lot of people that was a part of this Wake Forest culture, you know, enjoyed seeing that on top 10, so.
And that had been a great introduction, not only to just football, man, but just to football on this level, at this magnitude. Did you ever envision that coming from high school to first game? I know the answer is no, but man,
yeah.
Top 10, SportsCenter, that catch, you mossing people already.
Yeah.
There had to be just great impact on just, man, wow, I can do this.
Yeah. Like I said, that is true. I got my first one-handed catch was in high school. I was in my senior year. And once I did it one time, I felt like I could do it every time. So that did have an impact on me.
And we talk about it on the football field, but we also know as a student athlete, we prepare for this game that we love and we play it with our talents and our God-given gifts. But when you transition to a university such as Wake Forest, you know, and what they are as far as academics and the standards here, because that could be challenging for an incoming student.
No doubt. I would honestly say, like, you know, time management became my best friend at that point.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
I didn't know how big it was, but it became my best friend. And I would have a whiteboard in my room, and I would have all different things that I had to do at a certain time. You know what I'm saying? And I would have a nap probably for 30 minutes to an hour in that all-day activity schedule. So time management became my best friend in college, man.
And that was one of the questions I was going to ask, because you talk about that transition, you talk about time management. I was talking about thinking about your strategies of how you're going to progress and reach your goals.
Yeah.
And you just said it. You pretty much sound like you took what you did in the game room or the film room, you got the whiteboard out, and you pretty much were drawing out your playbook to be successful in life.
That is true.
And that's something that the next generation of people can take, man. You really gravitate towards how can I plan out my life and my schedule, and you took it from academics and playing on the football field, you took that to kind of govern your life here on campus.
No doubt.
Now, as a college athlete, what were some of the biggest challenges you faced, and how did you overcome them?
I would say some of the biggest challenges was, you know, I would say the whole thing with the recruiting process, man. Like coming from where I'm from and having, you know, people like these great coaches that come to my house, you know, and sit down in front of my mom and, you know, sell me a bunch of dreams and, you know, hopes and all that. And then when I get here, it's like, you're going to eat or you're going to starve, you know what I'm saying? And just always feeling like I had something to prove going through that, you know what I'm saying? Like I was, you know, they telling my mom, you know, they're going to take care of son, which they did. You know what I'm saying? They did that, you know, especially great facility, great living on campus, you know what I'm saying? Great people around. But like I said, once you become a college athlete, they kind of own you, man. And, you know, it was one of them things where it's like you're going to eat or you're going to starve. So you had to figure it out.
And that's that transition that you see some athletes have difficulty with.
Yeah.
Because you have this view of what you think it's going to be.
But one thing I did, I always believed in myself. You know what I'm saying? I believed in myself. I ain't really too much worry about, you know, what they was expecting of me. I knew what I was gonna be able to bring to the table, and I did that day in and day out. So.
And that's just such a powerful tool, man, that you don't realize that we have access to sometimes. Is how powerful that belief that you have in yourself.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, man, that's going to be your most powerful. We talk about assets. That's going to be your number one asset, your faith and belief in yourself and your abilities. So when you talk about the Achilles injury that you had, do you remember when it happened, that moment? Because a lot of times when, as an athlete, when we have an injury like that, we remember the time, the place, how it happened.
Yeah.
Tell us a little about that process.
Okay, so I mean, we was playing Texas A&M in the Panther Stadium in Charlotte, and I was actually on kickoff. I think it was going into the end of the third quarter when I'm flying downfield. The returner cuts back to the right, and I cut back to the right as well, and just felt like somebody stepped on the back of my shoe, like my shoe just came off. And I tried to take another step after I felt like my shoe had came off and I ain't feel anything. And so I hit the ground, but I had already knew what it was due to the fact of me having constant problems with it throughout the season. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that was rough.
Now, and I know when we talk, the constant problems that you felt throughout the season, you were kind of feeling that there.
Yeah.
How do you feel like that was handled in that situation, and where did that lead you as far as further recovery? Because I know you had a situation with the Tom Brady Foundation and getting some assistance with them.
It's kind of hard, man, because like I said, when you come in and you're that guy, you're the starting receiver or starting whatever, you know, they kind of expect you to push through a lot of things that, you know, you just probably can't at sometimes, you know what I'm saying? And so with you, you know, being that man, you know, feeling and knowing that you could push through whatever and still pushing through things, like I said, injuries and pain, dealing with that Achilles, you know what I'm saying? It takes a toll on you. And constantly getting treatment, you know, but not receiving enough treatment or treatment long enough to, you know, sustain the pain that I was having. You know, it caused me to, like I said, for it to fail in the end of the third quarter playing against Texas A&M. But the blessing about it was once I ended up having that injury and I had only 5 months of Wake Forest therapy that I was able to receive, or else my scholarship was going to be up. I ended up reaching out to Tom Brady Foundation in Boston, Massachusetts. Paid $550 for an hour treatment session there, flew up there, just taking my chances because I'm really scrambling at this point to try to figure out where I'm about to receive treatment from and, you know, how quick can I return back to doing what I love to do. And went up there, flew up there, paid for a session. While I was in there training, me and my body coach, Alex Guerrero, came over there and, you know, gave me a few pointers on the exercise I was doing. And while he was standing there, it was guys over there that had other injuries and stuff going on. And I was encouraging him, like, you know, stuff that I do when I'm out on the field. You know, I'm that guy. I'm the guy that's loud. I'm the guy that's going to get everybody woke. And I'm like, you know, keep going. Keep working, man. Keep working. And as I was leaving the facility, about to pay, Alex Guerrero runs out the door and he was like, hey, man, it was a pleasure to meet you, man. He was like, I'm going to be honest, man. I just love your energy. We need more people like you around this facility. He was like, take my phone number. And I'm gonna text you this foundation application. You take your time filling out this foundation application and we'll take care of any injury you have for the rest of your life. Well, by the grace of God, I took my time filling out this application and I got accepted. And they was flying me back and forth up to Boston, Foxborough, Massachusetts, once a month and having me up there for 1 week. And they was doing treatment on my Achilles twice a day for 1 week. And the facility was in walking distance from the hotel and walking distance from the Gillette Stadium. You know what I'm saying? So I had a nice view. You know what I'm saying? I'm meeting great people walking through the strip every day, some of the professional athletes. And yeah, that's what took place, man. I ended up getting connected with those guys and they got me back right.
It sounds like that was an experience that took it from where you're not just getting treated as a number.
Yeah.
And they really took
doubt.
Into who you are as a person, and they wanted you to be the best possible version of yourself.
No doubt, and they did just that.
So it sounds like that was a difference between where you felt you were treated before with that injury to where you had a whole new light shown with you through that foundation.
Like these people are assigned to you every day, so they know before you come in there what they're dealing with, how they're going to treat you for that next day. And you know, I was getting one-on-one care for 2 hours a session. You know what I'm saying? So I did feel like it was more of me not just being a number and somebody that's actually caring for my health and well-being at that point.
Now, how does that have you, man? Because that story is so amazing, how someone can step in from one session. Yeah. And that led into them totally helping you to rehab. And it sounds like more than just your Achilles. It sounds like it was a holistic type of...
No, it really was, man. Like I said, it was more than my Achilles. Like, when me having the injury with my Achilles, I got to learn my body, for one, a lot more, you know, other than just my Achilles. And for two, man, when I go there, like, it's like peace. It's so quiet there. It's not a lot of noise there, you know, and these people actually know what they're doing with the body. So, you know, you don't have to worry about them hitting the wrong spot or, you know, putting too much pressure in this area, you know what I'm saying, when it's already sore. So I kind of was at peace, you know what I'm saying, from the injury and up here at the top of my head. Yeah.
I know one of the things that I got from you when we were discussing that and talking about it is that you now know how to transition what you gain, what you've learned, the adversity you face. You now know how to transition that to someone else.
No doubt.
And help them not train physically, help
No
them
doubt.
train and overcome injuries. But also, I think you talk about life principles more than anything else. It's not just about, you're talking about more than just an injury or a journey. You just spoke about knowing your value, your self-worth, and knowing that you got to believe in yourself.
No matter what, you got to. And like I do that now, right now. Like it's a bunch of guys that are in the NFL or transferred and went to other schools that, you know, I continue to make sure I stay on and let them know, man, you more than this game. You know what I'm saying? Go out there and bust your butt, but you're more than this game. So try to find yourself outside of this game, because if it come crashing down on you at last minute and you're not prepared with a plan B, then, you know, it'll do something to you, so.
Every athlete, every young man, young woman, any individual going through any type of adversity or challenge, that's something you have to have. That ultimate belief in yourself, but then you got to put in the work. You know, that's what we learn in sports and football, no matter what. You have to put in the work, and that's something you can't avoid.
At all. No shortcut. No shortcut.
And that's just beautiful to be able to see that come from your situation that you were in, that setback, and trying to come back and go into that next phase of your life that God may have for you. Even when you can't see it, you go through the adversity. And that leads into really my final question for you. What advice would you offer to an aspiring college athlete? What encouraging words could you give them based on your own experiences?
Live. You know, step outside the box sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Especially for student athletes. You know, just know that you're more than that sport. You know what I'm saying? I always have a plan B. Like when I coming out of high school to college, I didn't have a plan B. This was my plan A, you know, and was nobody, you know, with my faith in God, nobody was gonna change that. You know what I'm saying? So just step outside of what you're used to, you know what I'm saying? That sport or, you know, whatever the case may be, and try to figure out if there's something more to you that you just haven't discovered yet.
And man, just talking to you, I feel so inspired. I'm like, what challenge am I facing right now? I'm ready to face just talking with you now. And I know the viewers are going to feel the same way, because it's that next generation that can take what you really have and say, hey, I can go beyond the adversity that I face. And you just said it, that plan A, that was my everything. God gave me access to a plan B, and your life will flourish in that way. It's been a pleasure to be on this journey. And as we talk, we're brothers for life. I told you that. And this is where we are now. And I just know that anyone watching this conversation that we have right now are going to be inspired to take their lives to the next level. They're going to look totally different at that plan A that didn't work out for them, and then they'll be able to see around them that next phase of their life that is going to allow them to dream beyond fear and be successful in everything they do. And I appreciate you sharing your story and help that thing happen.
Man, I appreciate you having me here to listen to my story, man.
Oh man,
you know what I'm
no
saying?
doubt.
I appreciate you.
All right.
Thank you.
God bless.
God bless you.